I actually felt pretty good because I'd worked with brothers before with the Wachowskis.
Right.
So I sort of was used to that dynamic of, the brothers coming up to me. So I don't know. I actually kind of liked the process, because it was, sometimes if it's just you and a director, it's a little bit one-on-one, and it's kind of fun to get a little bit of group love going on. And they would they both had, and have unique perspectives on things, and we would, I think, work through ideas and scenes together, and I would notice that the ping-ponging back and forth of ideas that we would all have, I felt sometimes would, strengthen the scene in a unique way that you wouldn't necessarily get with just, one director. I feel like sometimes with one director, the decision-making process can kind of crystallize really quickly, because there's just two of you. It's like, well, I think this, fucker, and that's it, And I think because there was two of them, we were able to, really kind of turn ideas over a little bit more. And then if one of the brothers didn't agree with something, we would really be able to explore, and we would debate it, and then the best idea would win. I kind of feel like that's something that the brothers, that I think that's an asset to not only having two directors sometimes, but brothers too, because they can be super honest with each other, and they're not afraid to tell each other the truth at all times, because that's what they grew up doing,
And Steve, for you, of course, the brothers are very different. I mean, in their attitude, not in the basic outlook on life. And in the solitude, I think, is there for both. They're very common sort of things. But apparently you never try to look and behave brotherly, like certain idiosyncrasies or so. You're really on your own. And I think that's a great achievement, that you're not trying to be docile and try to play the movie brothers.
Yeah, it's weird, because I was always a fan of Neil's, and I remember we were at some premiere, and I remember coming up to you and saying,
could you speak a little
oh,
bit?
Sorry. Yeah, and I thought, I went up to Neil at a premiere, and I had told him that I thought he was a great actor, and that I kind of, because I started about 10 years before Emil, we kind of have this gap in our age, but I went up to him and I said, we should play brothers one day, I don't know. And then we almost did this, there was that one movie, and then that didn't happen, and then I read The Motel Life. It was sitting in my, script thing, and I saw Emil Hirsch has been cast as Frank. It's based on a novel, and it just immediately took my attention. And then when I read the part of Jerry Lee, and I was just really touched. I have a brother. I'd never worked with two directors before, two brothers, but I found it interesting, and an interesting balance between one checking frame and cinematography sometimes, and Alan maybe talking to us a little more, maybe Gabe dealing with composition. But to go back to the brotherly thing, it just felt really natural, and I've never, I've only had that kind of connection with a few actors in a few of the movies that I've been in, and I've done a lot, and I really felt that with Emil on this movie, and I feel it every time I watch it. And I usually don't like to watch movies I'm in, and I love watching this, because I always get something new each time. And I just think they have a really special relationship, which obviously was part of that, what Willie Blotton originally created.